The big story, of course, broke yesterday. Bild reporting that Kylian Mbappe is signed. He will be coming in the summer. Jules made a good point, I thought, in yesterday's show. Said, it's like, well, if this was done, why are Bild reporting it and not, for example, a Spanish newspaper?
Yeah. That's true. That said, I mean, a lot of the Spanish media are in a way not reporting it because they don't think it's news anymore. It's just the assumption that everybody makes. Now, of course, the minute in which anyone knows that the deal is actually done, then of course people will report it, and the Spanish media has fallen in behind what Bild said a little bit, and it does slightly surprise the fact that it's come from Bild and not either from France or from Spain. But that said, in a way, this, as I say, this doesn't feel like news. It's like, well, he's coming in the summer, right? Well, we all assume that. I suppose the news comes if he doesn't turn up at Real Madrid. And the other thing, by the way, just to put this in context, I think part of this is there is a very clear idea in Spain that, of course, we don't know anything officially yet because Real Madrid play Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League. And until that game is out the way, don't expect anything to come out. At least don't expect anything to come out deliberately. It's another issue, of course, if things come out accidentally.
Yeah, it will be the big story going into both legs of these ties, of course, as the Champions League returns this month. And according to the bookies, PSG just, well, in fact, they've changed from what we showed yesterday. You can't separate them. 50-50, 11-10 on both of them to go on and get a place.
The bookies are starting to fence.
Even the bookies don't know how to call this one. Ian, how do you call it, Ian? Who's your pick?
Do you know what? I'm grown in admiration of Real Madrid watching them this season. I think they've, I mean, Jurgen Klopp used the phrase mentality monsters about his Liverpool team, the one that won the title. I think there's a little bit about that growing in Real Madrid. I've seen them in games that have had bad periods, but they seem to get it done every time. So I just think, Paris Saint-Germain, there's always that psychological block with them and the Champions League. Real Madrid, it's their competition, isn't it? If I had to have a bet, and I don't want to have one, it would be on Real, I think.
Presuming Benzema's going to be fit, which has been
that's a big question.
It's been a bit of a concern when he went off in that last game. I think it was the last game with which looked like a hamstring problem. But Ancelotti's done, bearing in mind they had also had some problems in the summer, not as much as Barcelona, but who did. I think what he's done, coming in and steadying the ship and sort of getting that nucleus of an 11, particularly getting that three, almost the band back together, the old and golden oldies in the middle, and then the form of Vinicius Junior, Asensio coming in, and of course Benzema, David Alaba moving into the left-sided centre-back. And at times they've looked solid without being spectacular. Yep. And then they've had moments of magic in games that have just turned tight games for them, whether it be Benzema or Vinicius Junior or Asensio. PSG are dangerous. They're dangerous because, one, obviously the players that they've got, but two, you just don't know what you're going to get from them. They've been appalling at times this season. Yeah. And then even yesterday, going out of the French Cup, you got Pochettino basically throwing teenagers under the bus, saying, well, it wasn't up to me. I only told them who was taking the first 5 penalties, and I didn't decide what youngster missed a penalty at the end. So things are just not on an even keel at that club. And for that reason, I'm going for the steady old warhorse, I would call him at the moment, of Real Madrid.
We'll say thank you very much to Sid Lowe, as always, for joining us. Just a reminder, Copa del Rey dominates over the next couple of days. Those games available on ESPN+. Tomorrow, Rayo against Mallorca, Valencia against Cadiz. And then Thursday, good couple of games for you. Real Sociedad taking on Real Betis, followed by Athletic Club against Real Madrid. And then we've got La Liga this weekend. Getafe against Levante kick things off on Friday. It's really all about Sunday. Barca taking Atletico Madrid, as Ian said, live on ESPN Plus at 10 a.m. Eastern. Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.